Okay. So the second way is uncontrolled way. Okay. So in uncontrolled way, what we are going to do earlier, whenever we are writing our form, who is storing all the data? This use state variables, correct, right? So React state is maintaining the data. That is the reason we are calling it the first approach is a controlled way. In second way, what we are going to do, we are not going to use this use state variables. We are going to follow a different approach. So let us create one registration component. So here, whenever I am log out, let me go to my login page. So you can go to login page, and here I can have a link. So whenever I'm clicking link, I want to go to registration page. Let us try to first, if you don't have a registration page, create one registration component. So let us create one folder inside the components, create new folder. Component name is a registration. So inside the registration, create one new file. That file name is a registration.js file. Let us create one default component, export default function name. Okay, registration. Okay, so inside the registration you can write a open bracket and close bracket. Okay, so here you can return open bracket, and here you can write a one simple div, and let us write the h1 is equal to registration. Now we have done one registration. Okay, so if you want to navigate from one page to another page, first we have to give one routing path, right? So that is the reason I'll go and give a routing path in my app.js file. Okay, what is the code we are going to write it? Route, okay, path is equal to, what is the page I want to navigate it? Slash registration. Okay, and then I will say a close bracket, and what is the component I want to give it? Registration. Okay, you can import it from your path. So let's complete like this. Okay, so whenever we are clicking this registration, automatically we'll go to that page. So file, save all, but now we need to give that link in the login page. Let's go to login page. Okay, so beside this login button, now we want to write one anchor tag. If you are writing anchor tag, there is a problem in React, right? It will reload the entire application. So it will spoil the single page application page. So that is the reason we are going to use what tag? Link tag. This link tag is from which library? React-route-DOM. Okay, so here I am going to write like a 2. Let us import here. There is import. Okay, okay, and let us try to. Okay, so here what is the data I want to write it? Registration. Okay, so let us save here. Here we are writing a link tag. Which page we want to navigate to the registration page? So, and this button is saying a primary. So we want to write, don't want to write a primary, we'll go for a secondary. See, and we have a login and a registration. Suppose you want to have some space in the left side, ms-2. ms means a margin starting 2. Okay, so we'll click on login. So registration page is there. Okay, here we are going to write a form, and that we are going to follow the second approach, uncontrolled way. Okay, so let us write our registration page. Whenever we are writing our registration page, let us have some sample. Let us go with some sample example which is already there. Let us go to login. So already we have a login, email address is there, password is there. So this validation also we have done. Now there is a register. Click here, register. Let me click on register. Here name, email address, password, and confirm password is there. 4 fields are there. Let us create one button also. And you want to navigate from this page to again login button. Let us try to develop this form again. Okay, so I'm going to write this form. Okay, so first I'm going to write one div. Okay, this is for one entire form. Okay, or I can highlight it here also, there is no problem. Okay, I'll move this one to here. Okay, so inside it I want to write one form tag. Okay, inside the form tag, first we want to write what are the fields we want to write it. You decide name, email address, password, confirm password. First we'll write it one, and then we'll go for all others. So I'll say label username, and we can write input text is equal to type. Okay, let us save it and reload the page and check it. So registration. So here we have a username is there and one form is there. Okay, first let us have some border and all the styles. Let us right click and format the document. Okay, so inside here I will say class. So I want to occupy only 50% of my screen. So that is the reason I will say -50. I want to write some padding inside my form. I will say padding-4. And I want to make it in the center of the screen. I will say m-auto. So let us go and check it. Okay. Now I want to add a border around my form. We will say border. Suppose see there is a border is there, and in the bottom I want some space. We don't want to attach our footer. So what is the technique you can use it? Here you can say class name is equal to mb-4. So mb-4 means margin bottom something. So now I want to make this in the center of the screen. So what is what is the class name? We can use it class name text-center. I want to show in a green color text-success. Okay, this all are coming from the bootstrap. Okay, so now we have done, and we have a username also. So now what is the second part? We want to do it. We want the email address, password, confirm password. Let us try to do. So if you are declaring one, then the second one is going to easy, right? Simply copy it. Here you can say password. Okay, let's go for email address. Okay, and type is equal to what? Email. Okay, and let us try to go for the div, and let's go for the password, and let's create the username and something like this. So here I'm going to create another password. We want another password, right? What is the another one? Confirm password, something like this. Okay, so here we have written a password, confirm password, and finally we want one registration button also. Let us have one registration button. Okay, button, and we'll write like a register. Suppose close it. Suppose you want to navigate to from this page to again login page. Okay, and we can say there is a go to login page. So let us write one more button. So what is the button? Link tag. Okay, link, and we will say to is equal to login. Right click, format the document, and save it here. Unrelated. Okay, so here we are having like a registration, username, email, password, everything is okay. If you are clicking, it will go to login. Again, if you are clicking there, it will come to registration page. So this two ways. Okay, now we want to write our form validations using the what way? Uncontrolled way. Okay, so whenever we are going to write uncontrolled way, we are going to use one hook called useRef. Okay, this useRef is available from the React library. Okay, so what it is going to do, it will have a reference to the directed DOM element itself. Instead of we are storing that value, we can get any input value, right? Document dot get element by id dot value, we'll get it, right? So what we are trying to do over there, we are directly accessing the DOM and we are getting the value. Okay, here whenever you are using useRef, so this useRef, what it is going to do, it will directly access the DOM and it will get the current value. Okay, so here how many fields we are writing here? How many fields? Mainly 4 fields are there. Let us create 4 variables. Suppose we want to store that, we want to do validation, all these things, right? So that is the reason I'm going to write 4 variables. I will say username is equal to use, what is the hook? useRef. Okay, something like this. Okay, so here we are going to write like a something like this. Okay, so we'll call it as, instead of username, we'll call it as a username reference. So we are not going to use our use state variables here. We are going to use a different concept. That is okay. First we'll try to fix this one variable, then we can copy all of our remaining variable. So now this is okay. Now I want to link this variable with which variable? This input tag. Correct, right? Earlier what we are trying to do here, we are writing a on change is equal to, and we are writing one method, right? That method we are getting that event target value and we are storing it. You no need to do all this thing here. Okay, simple. You write the user reference, and second place here you will write a ref is equal to, what is the name you have declared in the top, whatever the name you have declared, and you assign it here. Let us go to my form. Here I no need to handle this handle change, nothing. I'll simply say what is my variable name? Ref is equal to, what is my variable name in the top? Username reference, something like this. Okay, okay, that's all. Now we are done. So now whenever we are clicking submit, I want to handle my form. So what is the action I should handle it on submit? Okay, I will say handle submit method. So let us write the submit function. Okay. Okay. So here don't call this one. We should just write like this. Okay. So now we have to declare that function, right? Let us declare the function. So function handle submit, and you can write it. Okay. So here everybody know why we are writing this event dot prevent default, right? Otherwise the form will submit, it will reload the data. If you want to practical, let us save it and try to reload it. So I'm going to click it. See, there is a one jump will be there. Correct, right? Okay. To prevent that only, we are going to use what method? Event data prevent. Okay. Let's see. This time no reloading. Okay, that is fine. Now I want to write a validation for only one data. Before writing the validation, let us get that value. Earlier we are storing all the direct value into where state variable. Now we don't have state now, but we want to get the value. Okay, to get this value, what is the variable name we are having here? Username reference. So here we can say constant username is equal to, what is my reference variable name? Useref. Okay, inside the useref we need to consider like there is a current means a present. Okay, it will think like a document dot get element by id. So these two lines are equal to like a document dot get element by id. And what is our id name? Whatever the bottom we are giving, that id name. And if you are calling like a value, so whatever the current value, we are going to get the current value. Let us try to print that current value. Console dot log of username. Let us save it here and open the console inspect. Let us try to open the inspect. So here I'm going to enter some data and click on login. If you are able to access this data in the console, that meaning is we are able to get the data. If the data is not presenting, then there is a problem. See, there is a value we are able to get it right. So in this approach, we are not writing any state variables, we are not writing any function, and we are not storing that variable inside the state. Nothing. Correct, right? Who is managing all the data? This DOM means our input elements. Okay, how we are accessing that data? Using the is reference variable. So whenever your state is managing by DOM, that approach we are calling it as a uncontrolled way, because it is not in our control, it is in whose control? DOM control. Okay, that is the reason we'll go for like that is a second approach, is a uncontrolled way. So in the uncontrolled way, we are going to use a useRef. That is okay. So now we are able to get the value for username, right? I want to do it same thing for all other references. Let us try to do it one by one. Okay, if you want to do it for password, constant password. Okay, email reference is equal to useref, and next field password reference, next confirm password reference. Four references are there. Okay, and we want to get all these values inside the form here. Let us try to get all the values. I will say constant email is equal to, what is my reference name? Email ref dot current dot value. Suppose I want to get it for password. Tell me what is the line? Constant password is equal to password ref dot current dot value. Okay, so everybody is clear, right? So let us, if I want to get it for confirm password ref dot. So here this always your name should be reference here. Okay, you can keep any name also, no problem. But in the left side also you can keep any name. This is nothing but a values, like whatever they are entering, that values. This right side, whatever this is there, right, this is nothing but a reference to the DOM element. If you want to write plain JavaScript, this is nothing but a document dot get element by id. That id you will write one element, right? That is nothing but this user reference dot current value. Okay, so now we got all the four values. Now we want to do the validations. Do you know how to write the validations? Simple. Let us follow our normal validation. If you want to show any validations, first we need to create one error object. Let us create one error object, constant. Okay, errors. Okay, set errors is equal to use state variable, and we'll say username and email and password and confirm password, and we'll write like this. So let us import this. So we are using this use state only for error handling, not for the form. Okay, yes, here, and we have declared all four variables with the empty variable. That is okay. Now we want to show our errors. So where we will write all our error messages in the bottom. Let us write one small tag. Now if you want to write a error messages, I will say errors dot username. if any error name is there in the inside username, and display the text in the red color, something like this. Okay, text hyphen danger, that is okay. Suppose same thing I want to do it for password or email address. Same thing here. What is the message I should take it a password, and I should copy the same thing in the here also. Sorry, it should be email. Okay, email, and I will copy it as a email also. And same thing here I want to do it errors data password, something same here I want to write for forget password also. Okay, confirm password. So now we have done all the validation. Let us save it. So by default we are not going to show any validation, and click on register. Okay, so here what is the value we are saying it cannot read properties of undefined reading value, handle submit method, and some error message is coming. From which line it is coming? Registration not line number 20. Okay, line number 20. So the problem here is if you see here in the top you are declaring all the variables, but in the bottom you go and check it. Have you write this ref keyword? You did not write it. Okay, this is the message you are going to get it error. Okay, whenever you are seeing this error, you have to say, okay, I did not write my reference variable in the bottom. So let us complete it here. I will say ref is equal to, what is my reference here? Email ref. Okay, let us write email ref. Okay, and in the third, let us go for password. Again, ref is equal to password reference. Okay, and confirm password also do the same. Ref is equal to confirm password reference. Okay, file, save all. This time we have done all the proper steps. Let us try to do it. I'll click on login. So this time no error message, right? That means everything okay. But we want to show all the errors. Okay. So that is the reason whenever you are clicking, which function is executing? Submit method. Let us go to that submit method. Okay. Already you have this variable names in the username and password is there, right? So I'm going to write like simple, whatever the code, same approach only. First we'll write a errors is equal to empty object. Then I'm going to write like a if, okay, if username not available, or what is the second condition? Username dot trim. Okay, and we'll write a not condition. Okay, and we are going to write a open bracket and a close bracket. So you'll say error dot username is equal to username required. Suppose I want to write a length validation. I can write like a else if if user length is less than 3 character, I want to show something like this. So now we want to do all the validation for remaining fields. Let us try to do it. Email.trim. Email is a required. Okay. And if email is not including with at symbol, we want to say email must be concluding with the at symbol. So there is a method called includes, right? In string there is a method called includes. What it will do? If this variable is, if the data is available, it will return true. The data is not available, return false. Whenever it is not available, we are writing a validation. Okay. And next, and we'll write a password. If password is empty, we are showing a password is empty, and if less than 6 characters, we are showing something like this. Okay, in the last final step in interview they are asking, how will you verify your password and confirm password is same or not? If password and confirm password not same, we want to show an error message, right? Something like this. Okay, so here I can simply write like a if confirm password is not there, confirm password is required. And if password is not equal to, confirm password, we are saying a password and confirm must match it, something like this. Okay, first we should understand only this condition. From the second condition, we are repeating the variable only. So here I'm writing a username, second I'm writing a email, third I'm writing a password. If you are able to understand one condition, then you are able to write it for multiple also. Once you are doing everything, we want to store our errors into where? State. Then only we are going to get the errors. Let us say state. File, save all. Let's go on to reload. Let's click on record. See, username is required, email is required, password is required. Now using uncontrolled way also we are able to display the errors, right? Let us type the ABCD and click on register. So that is perfectly fine. I will type AF and click on register. What it is saying? You include the at symbol. At symbol is not there. I'll say include at symbol at gmail.com. Register. Okay, and I'll password is 6 character. I'll type 1 character. 6 characters are required. I'll type 6 characters. and it is okay. And I will type some mismatching characters. What is saying? Password and confirm password is not matching. If for this condition, what is the logic we are written? See, we are writing one else if password is not equal to confirm password. Okay, and we are writing one error message. Password and confirm password must match something. Okay, you will have two variables and you will compare one value with the other value. So that is your answer. Okay, so this way is called what way? Uncontrolled way. Here, where is our data is storing? Inside the DOM element. Okay, so we cannot control the DOM. That is the reason we will call it as a uncontrolled way. Okay, suppose you once you enter every data is perfectly fine. Now I want to say successfully logged in, like successfully registered. Some message I want to do it. Let us try to do this one. Suppose if there are no error messages, how can I verify it? I can say if object dot keys, okay, and I'm giving a error object. This meaning is no error is available inside the error object. And zero, why I'm writing zero? No error messages, zero error messages. Zero error message means everything is perfect. Okay, then I'm saying a registration is successful. Instead of writing registration successful, I'll write a alert. Okay, your registration is successful, and you can navigate from this page to login page. Your registration is created successfully. You can navigate to login page. We'll write it navigation page. Okay, let us go to. So let's click here. Let us okay. I will type the. Suppose my password is 1234 12345 and here also I should type a 12345 If you want to verify, you can verify. Register. See, this time login is successful because there are no errors and it is automatic. And we want to navigate from this page to login page. If you want to navigate to one page to another page, what is the hook we should use it? Use history. What is the hook? Use history. And you store this one into one variable. What is the variable name? History. Okay. And when we want to navigate it, whenever we are registering successfully, only we want to navigate it. History data push method and file save it. So whenever you have all the data, let's click on the register. This time no data is available. Let us type a and gmail.com. Okay, and password is 123456 and confirm password 123456. Okay, registration is successful and you are successfully logged into here. Okay, and you can use the username and password here to log in the data. So this approach we are calling it as a what approach? Uncontrolled way. Okay, so here the only the problem is uncontrolled way. We can write the less code, but we are relying on which approach? On DOM. Okay, so sometimes if somebody is changing the DOM value, that is the reason we may get some errors. Like error means this is not a perfect code, but most of the time we will not use this approach. We will go for another approach. Okay, you can use any approach, no problem. But as the preferred approach is state variable, then this one. And another thing is whenever you are changing any variable in this code, let us try to go here. Whenever you are changing in the registration here, your component will not re-render because you are not setting your data to the any state variable. Whenever you are setting your data to any state variable, only your component will re-render. But here there is no re-rendering happen.